By the year 2050, the world has transformed into something both familiar and entirely new. Technology, science, and human creativity have reshaped daily life in ways that once existed only in imagination. Everywhere you look, change is visible. Change in how we live, how we work, how we travel, and how we connect with each other. Life in 2050 is not simply an extension of today. It is a world redefined by decades of innovation, adaptation, and survival. Cities are the first thing you notice. They no longer stretch endlessly in concrete and steel. Instead, they rise in vertical harmony with nature. Towers covered in greenery generate their own clean energy, filter their own air, and recycle their own water. Streets are quieter, as most vehicles are electric or powered by advanced hydrogen systems. Noise and smoke from traffic have nearly disappeared, replaced by automated pods and flying taxis that glide smoothly through the skies. Smart roads guide vehicles with precision, reducing accidents to rare anomalies. For most people, transportation is no longer owned but shared. Mobility is a service, instantly available at the tap of a wrist device. Energy is abundant, clean, and nearly limitless. Decades of investment in solar, wind, and fusion have paid off. By 2050, fossil fuels are almost a relic of the past. Entire nations run on renewable power, and communities generate energy locally through microgrids, solar rooftops, and compact fusion reactors. Energy poverty, a challenge of the 21st century, has been dramatically reduced, giving billions access to light, clean cooking, and digital connection. Homes are no longer static shelters. They are intelligent, adaptive environments. Walls change transparency with the time of day. Rooms reconfigure themselves depending on whether you're sleeping, working, or exercising. Kitchens prepare meals from plant-based proteins, tailored to your personal health needs, tracked by continuous medical sensors woven into clothing or even implanted under the skin. Healthcare is predictive rather than reactive. Diseases are detected before symptoms ever appear, and gene therapies correct conditions once considered incurable. Average life expectancy has extended into the 90s, and for many, 100 years of healthy living is no longer impossible but increasingly common. Education has also been reshaped. By 2050, classrooms are rarely confined to four walls. Virtual and augmented reality allow students to walk through ancient civilizations, explore the depths of the ocean, or even conduct complex science experiments from home. Artificial intelligence tutors adapt lessons to each student's unique pace and style, ensuring no one is left behind due to the limitations of a traditional classroom. Knowledge is personalized, interactive, and global. A student in Africa can attend the same lecture as a student in Europe, both in real-time holographic environments. Work has evolved beyond recognition. Many repetitive and dangerous jobs are now fully automated, handled by machines or intelligent systems. This shift has freed humans to focus more on creativity, innovation, and problem-solving. Remote work, once considered a luxury, has become the default. Offices still exist, but they are often hybrid hubs where people meet occasionally for collaboration, while most productivity happens from wherever individuals feel most inspired. Digital reality environments mean colleagues can sit together around a virtual table, even if they are thousands of miles apart. Income is no longer tied solely to traditional employment. With automation producing abundance, new economic models, including universal basic income in some regions, provide stability for billions. The natural world, once on the brink of collapse, has forced humanity to adapt. Climate change was not entirely stopped, but its impact has been met with unprecedented resilience and innovation. Coastal cities threatened by rising seas have developed floating neighborhoods and protective seawalls. Drought-stricken regions rely on advanced desalination systems powered by renewables. Agriculture is no longer limited to farmland. Food is grown in vertical farms inside cities, in genetically resilient crops, and even in laboratories where meat is produced without livestock. Forest restoration projects, carbon capture systems, and international climate agreements have slowed the damage, though challenges remain. By 2050, humanity lives with the reality of climate change, but also with the tools to endure it. Travel has broken the boundaries of Earth itself. Space tourism, once a dream for the wealthy few, has become a new industry. Orbital hotels host travelers who wish to see Earth from above. Research bases on the Moon and Mars support scientists, engineers, and explorers. Space is no longer distant. It is an extension of human activity. The same way the oceans once opened pathways of exploration centuries ago, the cosmos is now humanity's next frontier. Artificial intelligence has become a silent partner in daily life. Not the kind of robots imagined in old science fiction, but invisible systems that manage traffic, energy, health, and communication seamlessly. Personal AI companions act as translators, advisors, and assistants. They understand not only language, but also emotion, adjusting their tone and responses to support mental well-being. Yet with this power comes responsibility, and society continues to grapple with questions of privacy, security, and the definition of what it means to be human in an age where machines think alongside us. Culture in 2050 is richer, more interconnected, and more diverse than ever. The boundaries between nations have blurred in the digital sphere. Music, film, art, and ideas spread instantly across the globe, blending into new forms. Virtual reality allows fans to attend concerts with millions of others, standing virtually beside people they've never met. Sports take place not only on fields and courts, but also in digital arenas where physical and virtual athletes compete in hybrid games. The internet has evolved into an immersive internet of presence, where browsing is replaced by experiencing, walking through information, touching it, and interacting with it as though it were physical. And yet, for all its progress, 2050 is not a perfect world. Inequality persists, though its shape has changed. Access to technology and resources remains uneven, and some communities are left behind as others surge ahead. Political challenges, migration driven by climate shifts, and debates over human rights continue to shape the global landscape. The struggle between cooperation and competition is as present as ever. But humanity's story in 2050 is one of survival, adaptation, and hope. When we look back at the early 21st century, it is clear that the seeds of this transformation were planted long before. The choices made decades earlier in energy, education, environment, and technology determine the kind of future people live in now. And as the world continues forward, the lesson remains the same. The future is never guaranteed. It is built by the actions of today. Life in 2050 is not a utopia, nor is it a dystopia. It is a complex, dynamic, and evolving reality. A planet where cities touch the clouds and humanity touches the stars. A society more connected than ever, yet still learning to balance progress with responsibility. A world shaped by extraordinary innovation, persistent challenges, and the enduring drive of people to imagine something better.